Hey YouTube, this is Super Cool Ninja, back with another video. I know it's been a while, but I just want to make this because it's been on my mind. Um, the GTA Definitive Edition was a disappointment. I ended up getting a refund on it, but it's just everything, graphics, glitches, all that stuff. I don't need to make a video about, stuff that's already been talked about. But anyways, I'm just trying to make a video showing what the definitive edition could look like if AI upscaling was done with proper care. And so, without further ado, here we go. I'm just gonna pull up these pictures that I put together. I used a combination of different apps to upscale the faces to make them look more uh, realistic, and I think that's what GTA fans want. I don't think that we wanted the cartoony look. I know the animations are kind of goofy from the old games like Time for Setting Running, um, and Claude Running. I think even CJ's run animation is kind of goofy, but I think between the three, the most realistic was San Andreas by far. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you some images that I put together. Here we go. And the first image is of Claude, and on the right is what I have compiled together to make it look better. On the left is the original, and that goes for every picture I'm about to show you. Uh, so right here you can see all the detail on the face and stuff, and I think a lot of fans would have been happy with that. I myself, I'm just going to speak for myself. I think this is what I would like in the definitive edition. Um, so that's just Claude Speed. That's the main protagonist of GTA 3. Moving on. Um, and I'm going to show some of the definitive edition, how it drastically changed. So now he looks like a toy, an action figure, and not a real person. Here's one of Tommy that I did. I think that is probably the best looking version of Tommy. Cutscene Tommy and the in-game Tommy, those are always different. So the cutscene version of that character is always different from the playable character. So that's his cutscene face. Um, and I just think that's a better looking Tommy. I'd go with that than this, because I mean, it's not that bad, but it just it looks like clay. Here's the CJ that I did. This one was more subtle than the rest, uh, but I still think it looks decent. I think the like high resolution textures, I think consoles can handle that now. So I think that's the way they should have implemented AI upscaling. And this is the CJ that we got, which is not too bad. He doesn't look like a real person. And here is Catalina. This is the antagonist of GTA 3, also Claude's ex-girlfriend. And right, and you can see that the under the neck area, from the neck down, is not the focus. So that's why it looks exactly the same on both sides. My focus was to just work on the faces. And here's what we got. I'm not sure if this has been changed, or this is the image that I found online of this character, and that's just bad. That's not good. Okay, here's Sonny Ferrelli, the antagonist of Vice City, and that's how he could. I think he. This is. I think this is totally possible. I know it's not going to look 100% like what I put out on the right there, but I think it can be done to some extent. And here's Big Smoke. I mean, it upscaled. It made it look better. And here is Salvator Leon. And I just went in and touched up the eyes and the mustache and some facial features. And here's Vance. I think he looks like a real character, or almost a real person, like a hyper realistic person. But I think back then they were going for a realistic look. They were going for something that was low poly, but had a lot of, nice textures on the characters. And here is Sean Johnson, Sweet Johnson. And I think this is supposed to be like the representation of Ice Cube. And here is Misty. This one took me a while to do, especially on the hair. I wanted the hair to be slicked back because I think that's the look they were trying to go for with Misty, where the hair is just slicked back. I think she's kind of a comical character, but looks like she definitely looks like she's on the bad team, not the good team. And here's Mercedes Cortez. Um, that's pretty much the best I could do. This character is very polygonal, a lot of sharp angles and edges, especially with the hair. Hair kind of looks like Meryl Silverberg from Metal Gear. Um, that's the best I could do with that one. And here's Ryder. I went in, touched up the San Andreas logo on the hat, and took the sharp angles out of the bottom lip. Touched up the mustache a little bit. I think this looks far better. I don't have the definitive edition picture on here, but the mustache was more, I think it was more apparent in the definitive edition. And here is Asuka from GTA 3. And I just felt like the hair needed some shading on it, so I went ahead and put some shading, put some shine on there. And here is Kendall from GTA San Andreas. Not much here. One of the eyes is not in focus. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's the best I can do. And this is Maria from her appearance in San Andreas. Not her GTA 3, but San Andreas when she was at Caligula's. Kind of looks like a real person right there. I like how it turned out. And here's Cesar Villalpando. Much here. I like to upscale those tattoos, but the upscaling on the tattoos on the definitive edition did not look that great. This is CJ's first girlfriend, Denise. And when I was going back over this character, I was looking at the texture map, and it looks like it was mirrored in an improper way, and that's why the face is kind of squished up. And that's Thibaut Mendez. Not much to say here. And this is one of the NPCs from Grove Street, one of the Grove gang members that you usually see around Grove Street area. The AI upscaler pretty much just made him into a real person. I think it looks phenomenal. And this is another NPC. I just like this NPC because it's funny to me. It's supposed to be Cuba Gooding Jr. It's from the 90s. But this is supposed to be a parody of him, and I thought that was pretty funny. A lot of people say he looks like Will Smith. This is Cuba Gooding Jr. Parody of him from that movie. The only difference is his pocket on his shirt was a circle instead of a square. But that is the last one I did. I didn't do too many, just a few, just to show how good the game could look. I appreciate you watching to the end of the video. If you did like it, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. I would love to keep doing these videos. Thank you, and y'all have a great day.